Clemson Sports Talk on a Tuesday. So if the heat wasn't on already for DJ Uiagalelei with the footsteps of Westlake High School's Cade Klubnik arriving up in Tigertown, which, by the way, I tweeted out over the weekend. You know, my nightmare scenario is interviewing Cole Kublik about Cade Klubnik, and I'm only allowed to use their full names the entire time. Like, that to me is a broadcaster's nightmare. As a matter of fact, just doing it there is tough. I mean, that's it. That should be one of those tongue twisters. Cade Klubnik, Cole Kublik. Cade Klubnik, Cole. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Listen, if you can do it 5 times in a row without messing up, 803-450-0086. 803-450-0086. Call us, leave us a message. I'll play it on the air. Cade, I can't even do it. Cade Klubnik, Cole Kublik. Cade Klubnik, Cole Kublik. It's like an awful tongue twister. All right. And I came up with that, by the way. So 6,000 points to me and 3,000 anybody that can actually do it 5 times in a row without having any visible issue. Well, Cade Klubnik became the 5th quarterback from the state of Texas to be named MaxPreps National Football Player of the Year, and the first since Kyler Murray. With that being said, again, the heat is on. The heat is on when it comes down to DJ Uiagalelei and the Clemson Tiger offense at quarterback. And again, if you check the tapes, you rewind the podcast, you go check out what I said. I have been on the record saying I did not think, this was probably a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, whenever it was, that Cade Klubnik would come in and be able to push and challenge DJ and beat him out. I should make that clear. That when I talked about it, I meant like beat him out for the starting spot. But after watching the bowl game, I just, DJ had a month to heal up. Looks very slow still in the pocket. And the only thing I can imagine, his knee is worse than we think. His finger is worse than we think. Doesn't seem to throw with the same, with the same speed, and the ball just doesn't look as good coming out. A lot of floated balls thrown away. If we're going into the fall camp or fall next year, kickoff of the first game, and Cade Klubnik is getting starting, January 4th, 2022, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. And again, so much of this comes back to DJ more than maybe anything else. He has to get better between his ears. The 6 inches between his ears are the most significant to his journey collegiately, maybe even professionally, that he'll ever deal with. And if he can figure out how to get right between his ears, gain that confidence, and look, Dabo Swinney and the players, I talked about the other day when Swinney and Mario Goodrich are on the podium talking about DJ, and Mario Goodrich is just a nodding and agreeing about what a leader this kid is. And I don't think I don't think most people want to embrace or buy into, knocking a kid down for their mistakes. But man, it is really hard to watch DJ play right now because of the speed in which he plays, because of the lack of accuracy that he has. It's just one thing after the other, and it just kind of, in some respects, feels like it's compounded on top of itself. And I can't honestly think that at this point, with spring ball right around the corner, and DJ's mental state, if you will, at least from this observer's perspective, being what it is, I can't imagine that he doesn't get pressed hard by Cade Klubnik. And if Cade Klubnik is the starter at the beginning of next season, it's hard not to feel like after the bowl game or at some point during the bowl game, my mentality didn't shift to, DJ's in more trouble than I thought. Now, look, there were tremendous issues at wideout this year for Clemson. I mean, when Will Sweeney starts the final 3 games of the year, that tells you all you need to know about Clemson's depth at wide receiver. But DJ's issues to me were bigger than that. Was that a part of it? Yeah. But was it the most significant? I'm not certain. I don't think so, quite frankly. As I said before, I think DJ's lack of poise, his poor decision making, how slow he is with his knee, and even now I've added in the fact that he doesn't seem to throw the ball as well as he did a year ago. And maybe there was something to that old take about DJ's mechanics by Trent Dilfer that blew up this past year, talking about the mechanics of Trevor Lawrence and how they got worse. I mean, how he got worse during his time at Clemson. Maybe there's something to that. But man alive, if you've watched Clemson this year, DJ's got to be sweating bullets with the National Player of the Year, Cade Klubnik, coming in to challenge for the top spot in the Clemson Tiger offense. And quite frankly, Klubnik is quite elusive, quick. You look at the ball players, if you will, right now, collegiately, professionally at quarterback. I mean, it's trending towards that smaller, more elusive guy who can make a play when the pocket breaks down. Look no further than the 2 quarterbacks in the national championship game. Bryce Young, who fits the description, the Heisman Trophy winner, all the accolades. And then the underrated Stetson Bennett. Also small, yet elusive. And look, I wouldn't classify Cade Klubnik as small, but his frame presents a more athletic frame than DJ Uiagalelei, whose frame presents more of a bruiser, more of a Ben Roethlisberger type quarterback, if you will. Final segment of the day coming up. I am going to give you a crazy stat you're not going to believe. Stick with us.